Hey everyone, this is Andy Romero from the No Name MMA show. So for the first video of the year, I wanted to go over the things that have me most intrigued going into year 2023 on this January 1st. So some of the things that I have in mind. First, we gotta see John Jones. This is the year that's kind of make it or break it. Does he actually go up to heavyweight after 13 years of teasing this? Um, Also, does he make it to the fight? The proposed fight that I'm talking about is possibly fighting Francis Ngannou in March. There's just so many things surrounding this dude that who knows? Um, does he stay out of trouble? Does he pop for steroids again? He's only been tested 5 times. How is that possible? Um, does Francis end up actually signing again with the UFC? Because he's been in contract negotiations, but as of right now, he hasn't signed a new deal yet. Um, March is the proposed date, and we'll see how that goes and what actually ends up happening. But if not, he's going to end up facing Curtis Blades, which, in my opinion, is the toughest matchup that he could for the least amount of reward. I mean, you want to see the two monsters, Francis and Ngannou, against John Jones. Um, but yeah, uh, that is my biggest headline or story or whatever that I'm looking forward to the most to see if this guy actually ends up getting it done. Don't get it twisted. I despise John Jones. I hate him. But there's no denying that he is a talent, and the sport of MMA with him and topic number two, Conor McGregor, when they're both winning and in the sport and fighting frequently, it's nothing but good for the sport. So yeah, Conor McGregor and his impending return 2023 after breaking his leg, and also, I mean, the dude is looking juicier than a steak from Ruth's Chris. Come on, like now, how long is it gonna be for him to actually return back? How is that leg that got snapped like a fucking cheap pencil? How is that gonna do? Um, there's just a lot of things that at this point, uh, there's just there's too many questions regarding him that hopefully he comes back sooner rather than later. But per USADA, like he has to go back into the pool. He has to test a couple times. He has to be there for at least like whatever. I don't even know the specifics, but I don't need to. Connor needs to be in there as soon as possible. And in these terms, like maybe I hate to say it, but cut him more slack. He needs to fight somebody. Obviously, he's not. If he fought Charles Olivier, that would be perfect. If he fought Justin Gaethje, that would be amazing. If you want to give him a win, Tony Ferguson, who I love and I think would be an excellent fight, or Michael Chandler, who's 2-2 in the UFC. Um, yeah, there's just too many questions, and again, John Jones, Conor McGregor, biggest stars in the game. That's what needs to happen. They both need a fight. Um, Number three, the gambling problem with James Krause is only going to get further and further investigated, either by uh, federal agencies that Dana White is alluding to, or hopefully by senators and people that actually can do something about it. Um, yeah, so that'll be interesting to see the ramifications of this, especially considering that Brandon Moreno, already a dude that had a coach, had a gym in the States, had to get removed from that. So he's going to be fighting for the title now in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, we'll see how that ends up affecting him and what ends up getting brought up against James Krause. Like he's being investigated or whatever. He hasn't been arrested yet, I don't think. Nothing's been announced. So yeah, let's see what charges are possibly brought up against the dude that, allegedly was knowing that fights were going to be fucked up and betting against his fighters. So I don't know. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see, and also how far this goes up the chain in the UFC. Because remember, this was announced a week before Hunter Campbell and everybody from the UFC brass said, "Hey, no more gambling on fights. You, people associated with you, family members, etc." So we'll see how far this thing goes. Um, but yeah, number four, Khamzat Chimaev, the newest star of the UFC, biggest blunder of 2023 in my opinion. Fumbling the bag against Nate Diaz and not fighting him, but ending up fighting Kevin Holland in a one-sided decision. I mean, it was supposed to happen like that. He was, a fat 178, and Kevin Holland was just not cutting weight to make that. So he was huge. He was supposed to win that. He doesn't get the money fight against Nate Diaz. Now, who knows? Missing that much weight, is his health affected? Will he end up being able to make 170 if he fights somebody? And I hear the MMA community. He wants to fight or we want him to fight Shavkat Rakhmonov. But who knows? Does this actually happen in the next 2 weeks? I don't think so. Does it maybe happen in March that had a headliner fall out? Like, best case scenario. But those two need a fight. And Boers is saying that 4 people have turned him down in 4 different countries. So hopefully we'll see him fight shortly. And hopefully it's Shavkat Rakhmonov at 170. I think that's an amazing fight. I think he wins. I think Shavkat Rakhmonov wins. It makes it look easy. I don't know. I think he does. I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, we need to see that. And then my final thing that I want to talk about, the thing that I have to look up on my computer right now, is what champion is going to be making a comeback in the year 2023. This year we saw Israel Adesanya, pound for pound great, approaching Anderson Silva's record at middleweight for title wins in general as well. Kamaru Usman falling again in the 5th round to Leon Edwards, pound for pound headshot, dead. Also, we saw Charles Oliveira fall. We saw all these dudes fall. There was, I think, 8 title changes this year, which is fucking insane. So yeah, there's plenty to see and know and figure out. For the 2 that are going to be most likely to get a title defense, they're going to be Israel Adesanya against Alex Pereira and Kamaru Usman against Leon Edwards. So now we'll see which one happens first. There's a card slated in March for London, I believe. So yeah, Leon Edwards wants it to be in his home soil. That'll be the first time that they're going to be able to fight. But there's only about 2 London cards in a calendar year for the UFC. So if one's going to be a pay-per-view, I don't think another one's going to be a pay-per-view. And if Kamaru Usman, for whatever reason, given those hand rumors, is not able to make it to that fight, who knows? But the one that's going to be more likely than not, and the one that's going to happen quicker, is going to be Israel Adesanya against Alex Pereira. Rematch, 0-3, hopefully trying to get it back. But at least for Israel Adesanya, however you feel about him, he is an active fighter. So that should happen sooner rather than later, and we'll see how that goes. But those are the 5 stories that I'm most looking forward to see what actually perspires. What happens? Does John Jones come back? Does Conor McGregor look good back? Does he come back? I mean, who the fuck knows? Alex Pereira, what the fuck? Israel Adesanya, who knows? Boers, come on. If you don't agree with me with those 5 stories, let me know down below. Which ones are the ones that you are looking forward to in this year, 2023, to happen? Or what you're most looking forward to not happen? I don't know. Let me know. But yeah, this is the first video. We went over. Peace.
Call me I know what he calls you. Call me a fatherless bastard, dude.